How's it going, Guardians? Shifty here, and today I've got another solo flawless completion of the Grasp of Avarice dungeon. Recently I posted a Titan run where I did a significantly faster run than my first one. Well, today I'm going to be doing the same thing for a Warlock. This run is quite a bit faster than my first Warlock run. However, it's not quite as fast as my quick Titan run. But hey, it does still have a 2-phase Ogre fight. Now real quick, before I go over my loadout, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright, so in this one I'm going to be rocking Middle Tree Dawnblade, of course. Then for my exotic I have Lunafaction boots. As for my weapons, I'll be using Witherhoard in my kinetic slot for everything except the Ogre and final boss fight. For those two fights, I'll instead be using Ignition Code with Blinding Grenades. Then in my energy slot, I'll be using Cartesian Coordinate for the entire dungeon. Then for my heavy weapons, I'll be using Threaded Needle for the opening. I'll be using a sword for the Fallen Shield encounter. I'll be using Gallarhorn for the Sparrow section. And lastly, I'll be using Sleeper Simulant for both boss fights. Anyway, for my armor mods, I'll just quickly show you each piece of armor, and if you need to see anything in more detail, just pause the video. Also for my chest armor, I use double arc damage resistance for most of the dungeon. For the Ogre fight, I use double void damage resistance. And before both boss fights, I swap out to chest armor with double linear fusion rifle reserves to get the maximum ammo for Sleeper Simulant. Then I swap back to the appropriate chest piece after grabbing the rally flag. And you can't see it on my legs here, but I do have protective light. The UI just ran out of room. Anyway, that is it for my loadout here. There will also be live commentary throughout the run. With that said, let's get right into it. Alright, so obviously I've already done solo flawless runs of this dungeon on all three characters already. However, my goal now is to improve my times. Once I'm happy with the times I am getting, I'm going to go ahead and start using different loadouts. As you can see, I'm pretty much using the same loadout I did in my previous Warlock run. So we're going to need to deposit a total of 50 stacks of Burden by Riches here. Alright, we don't have any more enemies spawning in there right now, so all I have to do is head out here a little ways like that. Now, I honestly should be pretty close to having enough here. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and immediately take out the Shrieker here. Want to be careful for the Acolytes right there. No need to fight those enemies, we can go ahead and skip those. So for these runs, while I am trying to improve my time, I'm not a professional speedrunner or trying to use any optimal techniques. I kind of just go with the standard techniques to take out the bosses and whatnot. If I were going for speedruns, I'd probably use the Hammer Titan build. You've probably seen solo 1 phases of both bosses using that build. I personally try to stick to strategies that can be used on pretty much any class. So overall, this puzzle section never changes, so once you learn it, this should be pretty easy. You don't have to take out those enemies if you don't want to. I'm just going to hop here, and then you should be able to make this jump on any class. It would probably help if I had Witherhoard ammo there. Trying to use it without any ammo. And now I'm out of all of my special ammo. Not a big deal. And for whatever reason, these acolytes down here don't push up. I didn't really have to use my super there. I was just doing it for fun. Grab the Scorch Cannon and head on to the opposite side of the room. Pretty much like every other dungeon, this one introduces you to the mechanics before you get to any sort of boss fight. Seems to be the dungeon design philosophy for Destiny. Teach you the mechanics and then utilize those in the next boss fight, or maybe even throughout the entire dungeon like it is in this case. So I do kind of have a tip right here. If you find out Destiny likes to take your first jump, I would always go to the slanted floor before you do any sort of jumping. That applies more to hunters or titans. I know running from flat surfaces to angled surfaces oftentimes messes up your jumps. So here I am going to go ahead and swap out my weapons, of course. I'm swapping Witherhoard out for blinding grenades, and I'm swapping out Threaded Needle for Sleeper Simulant. I also have double linear fusion rifle ammo reserves on a chest. I'm going to put that on. Then I'm going to use a rally banner. I guess I'll pick up the Scorch Cannon. Use the rally banner. Then I'm going to go ahead and swap to a chest piece with double void damage resistance. And I'll keep all of the extra ammo that I gained for my Sleeper Simulant. I have 16 shots now. Normally, without any reserves, you would only have 13, and I think having 1 reserves would give you 14. Either way, we're going to have some extra ammo when it comes to boss damage. What's great about blinding grenades here is they cause all of the fallen enemies up here to kind of just stop moving. I mean, they move, but predictably. They're not dodging around. I believe there should be one more acolyte. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the Scorch Cannon and prepare to go in the left room. I don't even know if that's actually in the correct position there. We'll find out. It was not. See if that one is. Well, this isn't ideal. I'm trying to do this fast and I can't even manage to do that. There we go. Go ahead and grab these engrams over here before they disappear. And I have all 14. I'm going to head down to deposit. I'll only need 11 more before I enter the damage phase. And I head off to the right. Alright, the drag is down. Time to grab another Scorch Cannon. I probably could have grabbed my Scorch Cannon from the first set of rooms. Start to grab some of these engrams here. I only need 11 to start the boss damage phase. And I do indeed have 11 there. I'm going to go ahead and head on down. Put a rift down here while these thrall end up dying. I'm going to go ahead and pop my super. And hopefully the boss enters its damage phase here. And isn't delayed. Looks like it's going to be delayed quite a bit. There it is. I wasted almost half my super. So I'm going to lose out on some damage here. Unfortunately for that one, I lost out on some damage because of the delayed damage phase. I really hope that gets fixed. I would like that to be a bit more predictable there. Scorch Cannon is down. Good. Alright, grab that Scorch Cannon. I'm going to go ahead and grab this heavy ammo quick. Hopefully that's close enough. Should probably go over and grab these quick. Looks like I'm out of ammo here. That's not good. Found some. And before I grab that, I'm going to quickly swap over to my Linear Fusion Reserves chest piece. That way I can get up to 16 shots again like that. Swap back to the Void one quick. And then I'm going to head down for the deposit. And I let my Scorch Cannon go away. That's fine, I'll just grab another one. And the deposit's done. It's not too hard to get another Scorch Cannon. Alright, I'm charging up here. Grab those right away. Got some special ammo there. I don't want to use all of my special ammo for my Cartesian coordinate there. Alright, I'm going to head on down. I think I have enough. I think I deposited 13 that last time. So the boss into the boss damage phase already. So that one was much quicker than the first one. And the boss is down in 2 phases on a Warlock. Grab my loot there. Wonder if there's any heavy ammo lying around. Heavy ammo would be ideal for the next section if I'm going to go ahead and use Gjallarhorn. I'm not seeing any heavy ammo right now. I'm going to take one quick gander. And it turns out there is some up here. That'll be perfect for the next section. Now you don't need to use Gjallarhorn, you could use something like Deathbringer, or you could even use like a Blinding Grenade Launcher, which I currently have equipped as well. Yeah, that delayed boss damage phase for the Ogre can be a bit frustrating and unpredictable at times. Like I said, I hope that they fix that in the future. Alright, for the Sparrow section, if you follow exactly what I do, you shouldn't have any problem. So I'm going to go ahead and activate, immediately hop on my Sparrow and head off to the right. I'm going to grab this time-saving button, wrap around a little bit, head down into the river. And what I like to do is kind of curve around the A mine a little bit. It helps you avoid some of the damage from those dregs. Heading towards the B mine, I'm going to Heading towards the B mine, I'm going to hug the left side to grab this device, hop off my Sparrow, and Gjallarhorn the dregs up there. Then we can grab B. And I kind of hop over here. You don't have to do that. You can go into the riverbed right away. Grab this time saver, head into the river. Get this free time saver. I'm going to hop off my Sparrow, swap to Gjallarhorn, and Gjallarhorn the dregs up by C. Should easily clear that out. Have a time saver up on this ramp. And I'm kind of partial to using the top launcher here, so I always go for that one. Grab that time saver. And you do have to be a bit careful because it takes a bit of time to jump down there. Shouldn't be too difficult though. And now we're approaching the Fallen Shield encounter. This one isn't too hard. It's just a little bit on the longer side of things. For this, I do like to use Witherhoard, so I'm going to go ahead and swap back to that. As for heavy weapons, you can go ahead and use like a sword. That's what I'm going to go ahead and use here. So, I also forgot I want to switch back to my arc damage resistance chest. And that's what I'll be using for the rest of the dungeon. Let's see if I can find the location of the first servitor. Up to the left over there. Rotate the cannon once. That will shoot me off to the left. And if you're a warlock, I would highly advise being careful when you get launched over here. I've been killed by not being able to stop the momentum. It's another reason to use a sword there. That didn't quite get us to the island that we needed, so I'm going to rotate it to the left again. Charge the device and launch myself. I've already done videos for each class where my commentary was guide-like. This one's going to kind of assume you already know what's going on a little bit. So for this section we have to get 20 engrams, deposit them in here, and that's going to cause that servitor to be de-shielded. So we can actually kill the servitor at that point. So the shield went down on that servitor because I deposited 20 of the engrams in the crystal here. Once you do, the servitor body will remain like this. And what you're going to want to do is push that servitor body on over to the cannon like that. And you see those orange circles on there. You're going to want to launch that servitor into those circles. I had to get rid of some extra burden by riches stacks so I didn't die. But I got to get a scorch cannon here. And since I haven't ever rotated this cannon yet, it's already going to be aimed at the fallen shield device. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch it. Now I want to look for where the next servitor is. Right across there. What's funny is I said this wasn't going to be a guide, and then I basically go into a commentary explaining this entire encounter. Either way, I'm going to have to go around a couple of times to get to that servitor. To get to the next island, you technically don't have to use a launcher. You can just jump over the edge there. I'm going to go ahead and use the launcher anyway. A lot of the time I try to take the Scorch Cannon Vandal out first, especially if it's around the area where the other enemies are that drop the engrams. So have to go about collecting my 20. Looks like there's a captain over there. The captain always spawns on the second wave of ads. And you can kind of see why I chose to use the sword here. There's going to be a lot of enemies in a close area. Just much easier to quickly take them out. And the servitor shield is down. And you do have to be careful when pushing these servitor bodies around. You don't want to push them off the map. That'll just artificially extend the length of this encounter. I haven't used this cannon yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just launch it immediately. Don't need to rotate it at all. The next one is not down to my left. I don't think so anyway. See a vandal down there, but no other enemies. So, I'm going to head back to the right. Also, to complete this encounter, you have to successfully launch 4 servitors. And here's that vandal, down immediately. I do get a little risky here. You can always play it much safer. You can even use your super if you want to, since you'll automatically get your super back from simply picking up 10 of the engrams. And I should have over 20 now. Unfortunately, I might get another ad spawn here. Yep. Got another ad spawn before I took the servitor out. Just finish you off there. And where are you going? I really don't want to push this one off the map. Trying to get it over this little hill here. And we'll start getting it moving down here towards the cannon. And like I said, somewhat magnetized there. Alright, we should be good to go. Head on over and launch it. And where do we have our last servitor? Now it's down to the left there. See if I can hit it from here. There we go. And this one should be the last one that we need. And where's that vandal at? That's not a vandal. There it is. I'm just leaving these engrams sit over here. And there we go. I have 20. And unfortunately, again, I got another ad spawn right before the end. Not a big deal. I just have to make sure I get rid of any Burdened by Riches stacks that I pick up. I'll just go ahead and push that down there. Head up here to deposit my stacks. Now I'm going to run for the Scorch Cannon. Again, this one should already be aligned since I haven't rotated this cannon yet. And once that final one is down, the cannons will align to the center island, which is what we'll use to enter the Great Sphere. Alright, so before I use the rally flag, I'm going to go ahead and swap to my chest piece with double linear fusion rifle reserves, my blinding grenade launcher, and sleeper simulant. I'm going to then use the rally flag. That'll give me 16 shots for sleeper again. And then I'm going to go ahead and swap to my arc damage resistance chest again. And now I'm ready to start the boss fight. So I'm going to summon the boss. I'm going to wait here for a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to throw a grenade down there. It'll do some damage to the two mini bosses that show up. We're going to have a drag spawn on either side of us. And we have our Scorch Cannon. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. That's actually a great position right behind me for when I need it later. Alright, so what I want to do here, I have most of the enemies down over there. I'm actually going to hop up here. I'm going to go ahead and use my super. And I'm going to go for the shank first. And where is the invisible? The invisible guy's kind of back there. Once the invisible guy goes down like that, I'm going to head over and grab those engrams from the center. That should give me my super back. That'll make it easy to deposit them. I can just use my super on the center crystal here. Once they're deposited, I'm going to head to the back and look around the area. We have a drag over there. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and start the boss damage phase. In order to do that, we need to get 50 more engrams to deposit in the center. I've already done 10. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and activate a device on any of the sides here. Some heavy ammo there. If I need a heal, I'm going to go ahead and use my grenade. Unfortunately, I did not get one of those. So I need 50 total. I have 14. So I'm going to activate the device on this side. Remember, picking up 10 engrams will get you your abilities back. So if you need a heal, you can always do so with a grenade. Probably not going to get this in time, nope. But now I can use a device on this side. Now I won't have 16 sleeper shots heading into this first damage phase, unfortunately. I could if I had time to swap to my arc damage resistance chest armor. So I got just enough engrams there. I head to the center, place a rift. I'm going to go ahead and blind these dregs, as well as these dregs actually. Unfortunately the boss slammed. But we are almost into a damage phase here. Make sure everything's reloaded and then pop my super. Swap back to my regular fusion rifle, finish off the damage phase. And if I had 16 sleeper shots there, I probably could have done a 2-phase. If I manage to get 16 sleeper shots before the next one, I'm going to try for sure. But I'm going to try to clear out some of the enemies on either side quick. And I want the Scorch Vandal to come up here. There it is. Much like last time. I'm going to head on over here because there is some heavy ammo. And I'm actually going to use that to take out the Shank mini-boss. Alright, the Shank mini-boss is down. Not too worried about the invisible mini-boss, so I'm going to go ahead and head on over here. Fortunately, that heavy ammo's fallen off the map there. Don't want to get too close to the shallow water there. And we already have enemies back down there. And here's where the ammo becomes somewhat problematic. What I'm actually going to do is head on up here, and I'm going to go ahead and super. That way I can take out this invisible guy. Maybe. That's exactly what I should be doing right now, is wasting sleeper ammo. Alright. That enemy did go down. I'm gonna run away here. I got my super back. Might as well take this opportunity to clear out some of the ads. Now I'm kind of in a situation in regards to ammo. I would like to get more ammo here. There's a little bit. And there's some more. I'm going to temporarily swap back to my double linear fusion rifle chest piece in hopes to maybe get 16 shots there. Don't think it's going to happen. I'm even running low on special ammo currently. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Scorch Cannon. Get this process moving a little bit. I'm going to charge for my first set of engrams here. Maybe try to toss a grenade over there as well. And here comes the first set. Should get a little bit of heavy ammo there. And this is where I'm going to end up dying probably. Get my Scorch Cannon, charge up another shot here before I run out of time. Got 5 more. A couple more there. Comes another batch of engrams here. I should be able to get 10 from down here, honestly. I was able to. Now I can go for the deposit with a rift, hopefully. I'm going to swap back to my arc damage resistance chest while I'm standing here and hopefully not die. Make sure everything's reloaded. And sleeper time. And that was a miss because of all the flinch. And not quite a two-phase, unfortunately. I am going to try to make this third damage phase quite a bit faster. I am going to go ahead and take out the sniping shank here quick. That's probably the most dangerous enemy. Alright, the sniping shank is down. Clear those out so I can grab my scorch cannon. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my engrams right now. And like I said, I can pretty easily keep using my super just like that. For whatever reason, the invisible mini-boss was up here. I'm going to go ahead and grab my engrams right away. I'm running out of time a little bit. Did get my super back. Also have a grenade for some healing. Should be able to grab this. And there's the invisible mini-boss again. Just like that. Super back. Grenade back. I'm gonna have to be careful with my scorch cannon shots here. I only have 2 more left. Should be plenty. Because I should be able to get all of the engrams I need after this side. Alright, I'm going to head up here and grab these ones quick. And then get the rest I need from right here. Make sure everything's reloaded quick. I might use my super a little bit early, since I don't need a full super for this damage. And I just realized that I actually need 10 more because I didn't kill the invisible guy. Thankfully, the invisible guy was still here for me to grab all of those engrams. I almost messed up that run. Alright, and that was another solo flawless completion of the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, this time on a Warlock in just over 47 minutes. Now, this wasn't nearly as fast as my Titan run, but it was my fastest Warlock run. There were definitely areas that could be improved, and I know I'm not using any specialty strategies or anything, so I think this is pretty achievable for a lot of players, especially with enough practice. Now, hopefully in future runs I can fix some of my own mistakes so I can speed the run up even more. Also, I'm going to start experimenting with different loadouts outside of Sleeper Simulant, especially since particle deconstruction is going to be going away next season. I would like to find other methods to solo flawless this dungeon that work pretty effectively. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.